YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Tez. Welcome to Hot Dimes TV, where we bringing that fire. 100, hey. NFL playoffs, 2 more days. Even though my team out of it, hey, regardless, we just gonna say that I'm a fan regardless. So even though my team out of it, I cannot wait for these playoffs. Oh my gosh, we got some good matchups right away in the first round too. We got some great matchups. I'm gonna discuss it. I'm gonna break it down. Give y'all who I think gonna win. I'm gonna go ahead and just talk about the games, and we're gonna give our predictions right now. I told y'all I'm coming back. I told y'all this year we going crazy, we going higher, and it's gonna be fire. Bars. Now, let's start with our first topic. Our first game we got Saturday. It's the Seahawks versus the Niners. Niners at home. They favored by 9.5. I'm gonna be honest. I think the Niners are gonna go ahead and get them Seahawks up out of there. I think they're going to go ahead and beat them. They on a 10-game winning streak. They hot. It will be interesting to see, though, how Brock Purdy plays. This is going to be his first, playoff game. So, you know what I'm saying? It could be interesting. I just don't think the challenge will come versus Seattle because they barely got in there. Shout out to them, though. They had a season that was up and down, trading away Russell Wilson, still making the playoffs. Geno Smith has been amazing. But I just think, they won 3 of their last 5 games. So, like I said, it would have been better maybe for like a Packer or a Lion Niner matchup based on how the season ended for both of those teams. But I think the Niners win this game. I'll probably pick the score. I'm going to cover. I'm going to take this spread over. I think they're going to go. I think they'll win like 34-24. They beat them twice this season, too. So, I think they beat them a third time, 34-24. Then you got the Chargers and the Jaguars. Now, this one I'm very interested in. We get to see Trevor Lawrence in his first playoff game. So, the Jaguars, like I said about Detroit when they played Green Bay, they don't got nothing to lose, really. They playing with house money. I know it sounds weird and crazy, and it's not a cop-out because this Trevor Lawrence's first game, of the playoffs. The Chargers kind of got more pressure based on that. People forget that offseason they traded for Khalil Mack and they got, Bosa. So it's going to be interesting to see Herbert. It looked like he was going to be the next, second coming of whoever you want to insert right there. But this season kind of been disappointing, man. Me and my boys was talking about him. I ain't going to lie. I don't know if Herbert really liked that. So we going to see. We're going to see what he do, man. We're going to see that game I'm very interested in. That's the Saturday night game. They favored the Chargers by 2.5. I don't know if I want to take the upset here. Ooh. I don't know, man. I think. So we got 1, 2. How many games we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6. I'm going with 2 underdogs. This is going to be my first one. I'm picking the Jaguars to beat the Chargers in LA 27-24. 27-24 Jaguars. So those are the 2 Saturday games, And then Sunday, we have the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. See, I want to wait until tomorrow because Tua's health is still a concern. I don't know if he's playing or not. I don't know if he's going to be in the game. I don't know, what's the status as far as, him playing in that game. But even if he was playing, I still probably would pick Buffalo. Buffalo has been my pick to win the Super Bowl before the season started on the AFC side and really for both conferences. I just feel like they are going to get the job done. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Buffalo. They are favored by 13 points, so that's telling you a lot, even though, that's not, I don't look too much into that sometimes, but if Tua's not playing, I just don't see Miami competing. I don't know. It's like I want to give Miami a shot because I feel like they the scariest team as far as the AFC goes with that firepower of Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, but I just don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen, man. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Buffalo. I don't know if they lose by 2 touchdowns. I'll go 31-21 Buffalo. I think Josh Allen and them take care of business at home. Then you got the Giants and the Vikings. Vikings in favor by 3. I ain't gonna say too much about the Vikings. No, you know what? I am gonna say too much about the Vikings. They lucky they playing the Giants because if they was playing anybody else in the NFC, they'd be losing in the first round. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and pick Minnesota. Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen, T.J. Hawkinson, and them boys. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the Vikings to win this game. The Giants got a shot, of course, but I just think the Giants might get them. I think it'll be close. I think it'll be, I go 28-24 Minnesota. Now we get into the last two that I really want to talk about. We got the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, you can't ask for a better matchup. We talking about wild card weekend, first matchup, division opponents, where the the Cincinnati Bengals, people keep forgetting they just went to the Super Bowl last year. The Ravens season has been a wild one to say the least. They started off this season, doing good. I want to say great, but it could have even been better than what they were. Like, I remember telling people and saying a lot of those teams that even on the AFC side versus Buffalo, I think they lost, versus Miami, they lost. In those games, they were winning going into the fourth quarter. They probably got the most blown, leads this year for a playoff team. I'm not for sure on that, but just going on based on what I remember, that might be a fact. So it's going to be interesting. Then with the whole Lamar Jackson thing, look, I think Baltimore, they playing with fire. I ain't gonna lie. I know it's some questions about Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. This man just won the MVP a couple seasons ago. I think 2 years ago, maybe. The one right before Rodgers. I think he got that MVP. And they just acting like, I don't know what they doing. That man is Baltimore. Y'all already traded away Hollywood Brown before the season started. He don't got, really no receivers like that. I think they playing with money, house money, fire, bro. I don't think it's a good idea. The longer you wait most of the time to get a deal done, the worse it is, unless you got two, parties that's in mutual agreement, which in this case, that hasn't been, what's been happening. That's why I think he has, I know he was hurt too, but I think, if I'm not for sure, that's why he was kind of sitting out and it's taking long and you hearing that they're not for sure. This is your franchise. He is Baltimore. I don't understand what you're not sure about. As far as the Bengals, I was saying they was getting hot at the right time. Don't sleep on them. It's going to be scary. People thought Jamar Chase was out for the season. That was amazing. They was able to get Jamar back. They got T. Higgins. They got Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon. With all that being said that I just said, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Bengals, bro. It's just the timing for the Ravens, stuff like that. Lamar trying to come back and play this playoff game. It's just kind of, a tricky and a scary situation as far as the rhythm go. And we know as far as the Lamar as a thrower, he has improved. But he's still, he's not up there with like Allen, a Mahomes, even a Burrow as far as throwing the football. But you don't need him to do that. Let Lamar be Lamar. I'm just saying when it comes in the playoffs sometime, they buckle down on that a little bit and you'll have to make that throw or two. So it's still, question marks about that. So we're going to see. But I'm going to go ahead and go with the Bengals. This one tricky too. This one and the Dolphins ones was tricky because I want to wait until tomorrow because we don't know if Tua's playing. We don't know if Lamar playing. But I'm going to go ahead and go with the Bengals. They got them favored by 10. I don't know if they beat the Bengals by the Ravens by 10. I'm going to go 31-27 Cincinnati. And we saved the best for last. The talk of the town, a Monday night first round playoff game versus America's team. And that old man down there in Tampa Bay, Florida, Tom Brady and company, them Buccaneers. Hey, my boy said show him some love because you know how I feel about, Brady. We got our little personal rivalry, with the Green Bay stuff. They beat Tampa this year, but they didn't beat them when it mattered in the NFC Championship game. They play them again next year. But he asked me this week, you know what I'm saying, to be nice, to root for him, to go ahead and, he needs some support because he's nervous, which I understand. I'm about to get into it. But guess what? I'm going with Tampa Bay. Before I even get into it, I'm just saying, this is my other upset because they got the Cowboys favored and Tampa at home. So that says a lot. I'm going with the Jaguars for the upset, and I'm going with Tampa for the upset. Let me break this down. First of all, I know it sounds stupid and crazy because this game it really is like, I feel like one of the most interesting, intriguing, and storytelling type games because Tom Brady is undefeated versus Dallas Cowboys. I didn't even know that. He's 7-0 versus them. The Cowboys kind of got a lot going on. It talks about Mike McCarthy being fired. You know what I'm saying? If they don't play. If they don't win. I don't think he should be fired. I'm going to be honest. I don't think he should be fired. They won, the last 2 years. Now, somebody said this. I was watching something this morning. They said he won 24 games. I think that's only under Andy Reid and the Chiefs and Sean McDermott and the Bills. That's pretty impressive. And this year, I'm going to give the Cowboys some love. People do forget that they didn't have Dak Prescott them first 5 games. You know what I'm saying? Those 5 games he was out, I think Cooper Rush, the backup QB, held it down. They went 4-1. I think CeeDee Lamb was out for like a month, or one of the other corners. They had some injuries, and they still win 12 games and almost had a chance. I think if they could have won that last game, and maybe if the Eagles would have lost, they could have had the number 1 seed and won a division. I think maybe not the number 1 seed because I think the Niners would have got it, but they could have got the 2nd seed and still won that division. They have been playing good. It's just the thing with the Cowboys. It's the same thing with, what's the other team in the NFC in the playoffs? The Vikings. I just don't see them getting it done in the playoffs, bruh. They've been to 11 straight playoff appearances with no NFC championship appearances. 11 straight times. Not straight times, but 11 times they have made the playoffs. The last 11 times they have no NFC championship appearance. Like, they just don't get it done. Like, and Cowboy fans, y'all gotta stop being delusional. Maybe this is the year, though. That's the scary thing. That's what me and my boys saying. It could be the year because as far as the way Tampa has been looking all year, it hasn't been great. You got the Tom Brady, 7-0 versus Dallas. So that's where it's like, could this be the turning point? Most of the time history repeats itself, but then sometimes you have that case where it's like, this might be the turning point for Dallas in doing it versus a Tampa Bay team, even though they haven't been looking good all year. They still won a title 2 years ago, and they still got that man, Tom Brady. So I said I was picking Tampa. I went in on Dallas. Let me talk about Tampa a little bit more. It's just like a gut feeling. I don't know. We've been saying it all year, though. A lot of people have been saying it, so we keep saying maybe this time they get it together. Maybe here they come. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, they making that turnaround. But like I was saying to some of the people I was talking to, it's still Brady. It's still the playoffs. You don't really want to see them, but they haven't been looking good. So let's say Dallas runs the ball good. And if that, now let me tell you the key that the point I didn't make with Dallas too. Dallas probably would have a better record if Dak Prescott would stop throwing the ball. Now, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think he ended the season with like at least 1 turnover and sometimes 2 turnovers in like 8 straight games. That's not ideal. That's not good, especially going into the playoffs. If the Dallas Cowboys run the football and Dak, I feel like Tampa might force a turnover on them. But let's say Dak doesn't turn the ball over and they run the ball good. Dallas going to win this game, but I don't think that's going to happen, though. I think he's going to cough that ball up. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Tampa Bay. The thing is, it got to be low scoring probably for Tampa to stay in the game. So that's the tricky part. I'm going to go 24-21 Tampa Bay. So those are my predictions, man. Hey, first predictions of the year for the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? This is my first time on the podcast. Like I said, started this a couple months ago, so I was excited about NFL playoff predictions. Hit different than the regular season. So we in for a treat. We got 2 games Saturday, we got 3 games Sunday, and we got that Monday night game. So ladies, let your boyfriend, your husband, your side piece, your brother, your cousin. Hey, let them have this moment, man. Let them just enjoy football because that's all we're going to be doing for these next couple days. So I'm excited, man. I can't wait. We're going to see where my record at after this. Like I said, I finished the season 26-11. We're going to see what's the record, what's the outcome after the first week of these predictions, man. I can't wait to come back with another banger. Let's see. I might get some more surprise little shorts, quick little videos, you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna be too long, but be looking forward to that. This your boy Tez, Hot Dice TV, where we bringing that, we keeping it 100. I see y'all on the next one.